sometimes it's explained as coming from pusham laati, which means he cuts pusha grass. It's very difficult to cut pusha grass because it's very sharp. So Kushala is someone who can do that, someone who's very skilled. So that's the sense. Kaushalya is the state, the quality of someone who is Kushala. That's the idea. The state or quality of someone who is Kushala. There's other reasons also to translate Kushala as wholesome. Wholesome. So interestingly, Kaushalya, if changed a little bit, could also mean wholesomeness in means.
The first etymology, I think.
Kusham laati. Kusham laati. Cuts pusha grass. Sorry.
Kusham laati. But before you said some, you mentioned another etymology. That was the second.
It's a first. This is the first.
To cut the grass. But it's the first.
Yeah.
Okay. 那个Kausalya 是英文我们就说 skill 中文有很多不同的翻译，比如说技术，对，技巧、技术等等。然后他刚刚说这个词的那个来源的问题呢，那是有一种就是说它就是先某一种草。然后这个草比较不好剪，所以它需要专门的一个技术，才可以把它可以看，是这个意思。所以就是从这个词演变出来有一个 Kausalya， 就是也就是英文讲的这个skill。Kaya is means 是什么？手段，对不对？手段，所以。其实这个就是中文的，所以就是说skills in means， 中文怎么说呢？就是在手段方面的一个技术啊，那就是英文的翻译是什么？就是方便，对不对？就是方便的，就是方便。然后金价，我想你们都知道这是什么意思，不可思议，对不对？但是原来我们已经学过了新代亚体，对不对？就是定啊，然后就是否定，就是不可思议。所以就是说，然后说这个金甲应该是形容这个Kausalya，就是说那个技术，那个是一个不可思议的技术，在这个不可思议的技术在于哪里？在于使用这些手段。
There's something slightly strange about this title, I have to say, but I'll try to explain it. So, Shravaka, Bodhisattva, Visarjana, Prashna, Parivarta. Shravaka, Bodhisattva, Visarjana, Prashna, Parivarta. Now, a very small point about orthography. Maybe you notice here that Bodhisattva is written with one T. The reason is that the editors of this text wanted to respect the orthographical preference of the manuscripts that they were reporting. So we actually find both forms with one or two T's. I think both of them are perfectly fine. But there are manuscripts where it is more consistently found with one T. And so they wanted to respect that. That's why they have Bodhisattva with one T. Some people argue that this is a better spelling. I don't think it makes much of a difference.
那个波迪萨特有的时候我们用这个英文字幕也是用两个 T， 在这个 B 的前面也会出现两个 T， 对不对？这边就有一个 T， 那他刚刚讲，其实这个理由，是什么？因为布里萨特就是说，因为这个梵文写本，里面应该只有一个题的这个写法了，所以是为了。但是其实按照道理上，他就觉得还是两个题，是比较正确，但是是因为顺直这个范围写分的关系，就是有一个题而已。
Now the slightly strange thing is the order of Visarjana and Prashna, and I guess this is intentional because there is something rather exceptional about this chapter, in as much as it often ends with Vimanakirti saying something very striking to his interlocutors. The normal way we find these two words together is Prashna Visarjana. It's even in Pali, it's recurrent in Pali as Puccia Visarjana. It's a method of teaching. Question and releasing from the question, namely releasing from the question, meaning an answer. So question and answer can be described as Prashna Visarjana. But here we have the opposite. We have Visarjana Prashna. Because I think sometimes what happens is that Vimalakirti dismisses his own interlocutors with a question. So I guess this is intentional. I think so because this term is a bit striking as it appears. I think you are aware of these two terms, Shravaka and Bodhisattva. These are key terms, very difficult to translate. I usually don't. For example, Shravaka. It comes from Shru, which is to hear, fine, but does it mean people who hear, or does it mean people who make something heard? So is it causal or not causal, etc., etc. We have a number of different interpretations or etymologies in the Buddhist tradition for this term, which use a causal or non-causal sense. So I prefer to leave it untranslated. If we translate it as hearer, someone who hears, we lose the causal sense. Bodhisattva, again, very difficult term. Bodhi is maybe the least of the problem, more or less we have an idea what it means. Buddhahood usually refers to Samyak Sambodhi, so Buddhahood. But Sattva is more difficult. Because Sattva can mean a being, but it can also mean a being, but it can also mean something like a hero, or it can mean an intention. So Sattva can have the same meaning as Ashaya or intention. So we have many different etymologies of the word Bodhisattva.
It cannot be like something derived from us.
Yes, in that case it means a being.
A being.
Yeah. But it can also be connected to Sattvan, in this case a hero, no. Or it can be Sattvan in the sense of Ashaya, meaning intention. So someone who has got the intention towards Bodhi is called Bodhisattva. That's also one way to interpret it. Or someone who awakens beings. Bodhayati Sattvan. That's also called Bodhi.
Somebody who,
awakens living beings.
Awakens living
Bodhayati
beings.
Sattvaniti Bodhisattva. This is a little bit, it's not following the very strict rules of grammar, but you find it in the sutras. This etymology is found in the sutras. So I think we have at least 3 or 4 different ways of explaining this term. So, that usually means it's a key term, and it might not be bad to just leave it untranslated. In English, we don't have this problem anymore because the term is in the English dictionary by now, so no problem. And in Chinese, you have even less problems, of course.
没关系，你试试看看。不是全部啊。会吗？你们要注意听啊，不要发呆啊，要注意听啊，好吧？ OK。他这个他从第3章呢 ，Prashna 开始讲，对不对？意思就是说，Prashna 应该是就是中文有问答，对不对？问题的问答，对不对？但是它是倒过来的，它是答问，对，就是答问。那为什么是倒过来？它有一个说明，是因为这个听命或者举事，他常常就是跟他对话的对方啊，就是用一个问题的方法，就是留个问题给他，然后呢这样子就他们对话用这种问题的方式去结束了，所以他是可能是，所以他这边就是倒过来了，是这个意思。然后他就是那12个菩萨传，我想大家都知道，就是声闻菩萨的意思了，对。但是刚刚对这2个字的那些 etymology 做一个解释。什么叫 etymology？ 就是一个词的来源，就是它被演变出来的这个语梗，这个用英文叫 etymology， 那在梵文非常重要的，所以请大家就背一下这个词，它还会常用的这个英文词，所以你们有 etymology。etymology 的意思是说一个词如何被一个语梗演变出来的这个意思 ，OK？ 好，那他说Sravaka，他说他一般来说就英文呢也不会把它翻译成英文，他就是用这个梵文的名字，因为不翻译，因为他Sravaka明明是从这个书这个语梗演变出来，那就是 to hear 就是听，对不对？那中文就是有声闻，但是其实这个Sravaka就是可能会有很多不同的意思，它可能是有适宜性，听懂吗？适宜性的，有适宜性的或者没有适宜性的都有可能，就是说是别人听到还是自己听到，从这个字面上就都有可能，所以你要翻译成英文就这个记忆就不见了，对不对？然后波提萨埵他也觉得是一个很难翻译的词呢，因为这个萨埵就波提就很清楚，波提就是类似觉的意思，然后萨埵它也有很多可能性，比如说如果它是从阿斯蒂演变出来的话，那就是 being 的意思，那就是像终生方面的生的意思，但是它也可能是英雄的意思的，所以它有不同的可能性，所以还不如不翻译，因为它的这个多元含义就会跑掉了，是这样子。OK。
Okay, now again we complete. Glana, Pratisammodana, Parivarta. Glana, Pratisammodana, Parivarta. This means the more or less consolation, we can say consolation, or lifting up the spirits of Glana, someone who is sick. Lifting up the spirit of, like, consoling, putting into a better mood, someone who is sick. More or less, that's the idea.
我也不知道，就是中文怎么说？
有人生病的话，然后就跟他谈一谈就好。
对，就是嘛，就是
智商
故意有点像故意的意思。中文怎么念？全是不是一个字？这个平民叫什么？
问疾品。
啊，问疾品对啊，对啊，这是问疾品的，对。哦，对，就是问疾品。对。
Okay, now again we have the word achintya several times. Okay, achintya, vimoksha, samdarshana, parivarta. Achintya vimoksha samdarshana parivarta. So samdarshana is a word which can have two different meanings: seeing something or displaying something. So probably here it means displaying. The primary meaning here, I think, is to display. What is being displayed? Inconceivable liberation. Achintya, something which cannot be in the range of thoughts. Vimoksha, liberation. So moksha, vimoksha more or less are synonyms. There's not much difference.
这边就是samdarshana，这个意思，它有两种可能性，一个是知识，它下去对不对？那 shana 就是to see，或者 display， 你知道 display 是什么意思吗？展示，对，两种意思都有可能。然后展示或者被看到的对象是什么？就是心跳跟 moksha。心跳是不思议，可能刚才说的 moksha 就是 moksha 就是那个解脱。温室，它的这个语言是这个温室，等一下。
Devata parivarta. Devata parivarta. Devata is a deity. So this title is pretty simple.
因为它就是一个神啊，就是不难看啊。
Tathagata Gotra Parivarta. Tathagata Gotra Parivarta. Now we have an important word, the word Gotra. It means a lineage, more or less like a family lineage. And it often refers to Buddha nature, what in English is called often Buddha nature. So the inner potential of all sentient beings to be Buddhas, basically. I'm not sure to what extent this is discussed explicitly in this section. I don't remember very well, but I think it's better, at the very least, to keep it in mind that Gotra, Tathagata Gotra in particular, often has that sense of this inner potential for Buddhahood present in all sentient beings. So we find it often used in that sense.
这疾病是
如来种品，
佛道品或是如来种性品。
如来
种性品。
如来种性对，如来种性品。佛道品啊，罗什是佛道品，对 ，OK。那这个是玄奘的，还是什么？
玄奘是翻菩提分品，那现代人翻是都按照梵文直译是如来种性品。
哦，对，玄奘
翻菩提分品。
说无垢身心菩提分品。
哦。那反正他就刚刚就解释国策这个字，国策就是我们用英文说 family lineage， 你们知道是什么意思？是中性，对，但是是一个夹住的，就是说夹住的属性，是这样的 lineage， 听懂吗？一个夹住的属性啊。然后呢，他大家都知道是如来，对不对？所以是，即是说，终生都会有这种可以成佛的一个潜能，这样。
This is the chapter that we will be actually reading. Advaya, Dharma, Mukha, Pravesha, Parivarta. Advaya Dharma, Mukha Pravesha, Parivarta. So this means entering or entrance, pravesha, in the dharma gate, dharma mukha, of non-duality, advaya, meaning the absence of two things.
OK，pravesha 是这个进入的意思，对不对？然后 dharma mukha 是法门，然后advaya 是什么？是不二。不二就是说没有两个东西在的意思。
We will discuss this a little bit more. The term advaya is an important term in the Buddhist tradition. Nirmita bhojana anayana parivarta. Nirmita bhojana anayana parivarta. So this is the chapter on bringing magically emitted food.
Magic what?
Food. Bhojana is food.
Anayana bringing.
Bringing.
OK，anayana 就是鸠摩罗是怎么翻译这个？
相继佛。
哦，对。OK。
它范文是化身取食品。
对。
化身取食。
对啊，化身取，这道解释有点不一样，这道解释不一样。那个翻译的 ，because this is mainly Chinese translation from the Sanskrit and modern Chinese, and we compare the particle language, and it's different from what we expect.
How do I translate?
It's like 化身 is 对，化身是化身 is like the embodiment. So the embodiment, taking food of the embodiment. I don't.
They mistook nirmita and nirmana. They thought that it was nirmana instead of nirmita.
Oh, I see. Yeah. It's a misunderstanding.
I think so.
那是错的。
I think so.
就是他的。
You can check the.
黄宝生翻译。
谁翻译的？
他我学的黄宝生。
You can check the classical translation and see what they use for nirmita. But nirmita usually means something magically emitted. So
yeah, so nirmita magically emitted 用有点像神通的，听起来有点像神通。身变，对，有点像，没错，身变，对，身变。不扎啦 is food， yeah， 就是anayana 就是 bringing，OK，bringing。
I don't think this could mean embodiment, but we can check maybe eventually the contents of this chapter and see whether there is any embodiment that is being eaten.
这个中文这边化身是代表什么意思？化身就是
佛的是神变，佛的变化身。
对了，就是佛的变化。Yeah, the embodiment or the changes of the Buddha's embodiment, something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we can check it. Kshaya, Akshaya, Dharma, Prabhrata, Parivarta. Kshaya, Akshaya, Dharma, Prabhrata, Parivarta. So, I'm not sure how to take Prabhrata here. I would think it means something like beginning with or mainly dealing with. These are the two ways in which I would take it. The dharma, which is either corresponding to destruction or non-destruction. Kshaya, akshay. So dharma here could mean a thing, but it could also mean a quality or a teaching. So as you know, the word dharma can have different meanings.
Quality
Or a teaching.
Teaching. Sorry, how did you explain how?
I think here it should be either beginning with or dealing mainly with.
所以 proper beginning with dealing with 怎么说呢？就 deal with 就是关于见识到，对不对？beginning with 是始于开始的始，于是的于，对不对？所以这样呢字。